Hello students, good morning. Hope you people are doing good. In this video, we are going to continue with the same chapter 3 in chemistry, fiber to fabric. In the previous session, we learnt about cotton, processing of cotton. Like in processing of cotton, what are the steps involved? Ginning, spinning, weaving, knitting, right? And then we saw about the jute, like processing of jute, etc. Okay, in this session we are going to learn about jute, the story of jute, wool, concept of wool, silk, and then life cycle of the silkworm, and then sericulture. Students, here is the information about jute. Jute is called as the golden fiber. Why? Because it is a cash crop. Not only that, it is golden in color. So only they are called as golden fiber. And it is a cash crop, I said. So what is a cash crop? I think you have learned in 4th standard. So cash crop means nothing but it is the practice of growing crops to be sold for a profit purpose. For example, rice, wheat, etc. These are called as a cash crops. Why? Because they are grown for the profit purpose and can be very profitable for the economy as its export can bring in a lot of money into the economy. Then it is the second most important natural fiber after cotton, and its demand is again on the rise in the world. So jute is the fiber plant that has been grown in India for 5000 years, and we know that we get jute from the stem of the jute plant. And jute fibers are coarse, strong, and biodegradable. And jute grows well in alluvial soils. So in India, jute is grown mostly in West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Odisha, and in Tripura. So the jute plants grow to around 3 meter in height. And not only that, India is the largest producer of jute in the world. So students, here is a story about processing of jute. That is how jute are harvested. So come let us watch.
This is a jute plant which grows 6 feet to 10 feet in height. Jute bags, ropes, mats, etc. are all made of jute. Jute, like cotton, is a plant product that is a natural fiber. Jute as a fiber is very strong and can be used to make sacks for packing and storing grains. How is jute produced? The jute fiber is obtained from the stem of jute plant. Jute grows well in all different types of soils from clay to sandy. It grows well in alluvial soil. Jute grows well in regions where it rains a lot. The jute plant is harvested at the flowering stage. Farmers separate the stems from rest of the plant. Jute fibers obtained from the bark of plants are naturally glued together by a sticky substance. To remove this sticky substance, the stems are kept immersed in water for a few days. After a few days, the fibers are loosened and are extracted. This process of rotting the stems of plant in water to remove the sticky substance and separate jute fibers is called retting. The finished jute fibers are used to make ropes, sacks, bags, handicrafts, etc. Jute is called the golden fiber because of its golden sheen. Bangladesh exports the largest quantity of jute to different countries. Since Bangladesh earns a lot of revenue from jute, jute is called the golden fiber of Bangladesh. With this, we conclude our topic, jute production.
Students, have you watched the video? Yes. Now you are clear about the concept? Okay. So here is a small recap about the concept. Come, let us start. So first we'll begin with retting. So students, what is retting? Yes, the process of letting the jute stems rot in water. Why? Because to loosen the jute fiber, and this process is called as retting. And which is a suitable soil to cultivate jute plant? Yes, alluvial soil. You are right. Next, can you name the states in India like where the jutes are grown? Yes, it is West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Odisha and then Tripura. And then it is a cash crop. So what is the meaning of a cash crop? Yes, as I said, the cash crop is the practice of growing crops to be sold for a profit purpose. Right? Okay. Come. Next we are going to see about wool. Wool. So we get wool from the hair or fleece of like sheep, goats, rabbits and so on. Right? And the process by which the fleece is removed from an animal is called, yes, shearing. And students, fabrics made from wool are light, soft and do not wrinkle easily, isn't it? Not only that, wool can be dyed in different colors and absorbs water slowly. And wool is the best fabric to wear? Yes, in winter because it is light and keeps us warm. Okay. So next we are going to learn about silk. Silk. So silk was first developed in China. Later it reached India and other places. And silk is smooth to touch, soft and shiny. Have you experienced it? Yes. It is also strong and keeps us warm. And silk can be dyed easily. However, it is a costly fiber. And silk is used to make cloths, curtains and so on. Students, you know, from where does the silk is obtained? Yes, the silk is obtained from the cocoon that the silkworm spins around it. You can see the image here, children. And the rearing of silkworm for production of silk is called as sericulture. So after that the cocoon is boiled in water. Why? Because to kill the silkworm, and the cocoon is unwound to get the silk fiber. So the property of silk which makes it so valuable because its shiny appearance. Okay, students. Students, here is the meaning of sericulture. As I said, sericulture means, yes, sericulture is the rearing of silkworm for the production of silk, or we can say it is a silk farming. So students, sericulture is the silk producing agro industry. Then India is the second largest silk producing country in the world after China. And silk is known as the queen of textile and biosteel because of its strength. Khadi movement. Come students, let us know about some importance of Khadi movement. In the earlier part of the 20th century, raw cotton was exported from India to England and finished cotton cloth was imported from England. To make Indians stop depending on England and learn about real independence, Mahatma Gandhi started the Khadi movement and asked men and women all over India, not just cloth manufacturer or poor people, to hand spin cotton yarn using the charaka. So even today the charaka is a symbol of Indian independence, right? And the dignity of handwork, isn't it? Students, now we come to end of the chapter. So let us summarize once what we have learned. Okay. So thousands of years ago, humans used the skin of animals and barks and leaves of trees. Why? Because to cover themselves and to keep them, yes, warm. And any cloth made from yarn or fibers, like by weaving, knitting or felting, is called fabric. And then we know that we have two types of fabric. One is natural and another is synthetic. So natural fabric or made from naturally occurring fibers, and then synthetic fabrics or the fabric made from synthetic fibers are artificial fibers. Then cotton. Cotton is obtained from the cotton ball, you know that. And the process involved in making cotton fabric are ginning, carding, spinning and weaving. Next, spinning. What is spinning, students? Yes, the answer is spinning is the process of transforming fiber into yarn or thread of yarn together to get a fabric. And jute fiber is obtained from the jute plant by retting, where the stems are immersed in water for several days and jute is coarse and strong. So next is wool. So we get wool from sheep and other animals, and the process like shearing is the process of removing wool from sheep. And wool is warm because it retains air between the fibers and hence it retains body heat also. Then silk has shimmering appearance and it is obtained from the cocoon of the silkworm. Okay students, I hope you have understood the lesson. Okay, then here is a activity. So what is that activity? Come, let us check. Yes, students, you now guess the activity, right? Yes, the activity is about paper basket and it is done by the process of weaving the paper strips. So I think you are very eager to do this, isn't it? So do this activity using any color sheet of your choice and post the pic. Okay, students? So take care. Thank you, students.